Welcome back to CapexForexTrading.com. In our last lesson, we've learned how to initially set up our trading software. So in this lesson, we're going to focus on the more specific characteristics that any trading platform should have, no matter who your broker is. So remember just a couple of things. Even though there are many different brokers offering different platforms, things, or display rather, will look different, but the actual platforms itself and the characteristics are exactly the same. But if you want to know, or if you want to look at the type of brokers and choose which brokers you would like to use for yourself, for either a demo or a trading or a live trading account, then just go to capexforextrading.com/forex brokers, and you will see a list of brokers there. Now moving on, so what we've got here is our chart. So I'm just going to increase that to a single frame. So as we mentioned before, by simply having a list on the left hand side here of all the currency pairs, we're able to simply drag any currency pair into our chart and basically display any currency pair that we wish. Now it's up to you how you want to place your order. You can either right click and choose an option in the menu that appears. You can go click the new order button here, choose your currency pair from the drop down menu, and then sell or buy accordingly. Now those two options are probably more relevant to people who are not really considering speed. They're trading much longer time frames. But if you are trading in lower time frames, the speed is of an essence. By clicking this arrow button here, you see this button there, it will display a little trading panel with buttons to simply sell or buy, and you can do that within one click. Now in terms of preference, it's up to you, but we like to trade with candlesticks. But by clicking this button here, you can display a bar chart or a line chart. It's completely up to you, but we're going to keep this and all the way throughout our Forex trading course, we're going to keep them as candlestick charts. You can also zoom in and out quite far by clicking those self-explanatory buttons there. You can also change different time frames. So we've got 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, we've got 15-minute time frame. It all depends on your Forex strategy, so make sure that obviously you accommodate for that. And then this little section here, we've got a little cross function where you can reference prices on the right hand side here with the time at the bottom there. You can also draw lines vertically. You can also draw lines horizontally, which is obviously great for support and resistance, which we're going to talk about later. And just by double clicking those lines, you can move them, because initially you can't move them. So if I double click it again, you can see that I can't move this line. But if I double click it, then it can be moved. Then you can also draw, obviously, lines in this manner, pointing in a downwards direction, or lines pointing in an upwards direction. And if I double click it again, you will see 1, 2, 3 points off the line, so I can move that across at the top part, I can move it down on the bottom part, or in the middle I can move the whole line up or down. Okay, so just have a little play around and you will see how easy it is to operate this kind of charting software. Let me just delete this because it's getting a bit messy now. Next, what we've got is simply a chart, a channel functionality. So I can draw an equidistant channel just by drawing one line. And then obviously you've got your Fibonacci, your text, you can draw arrows on there, etc. So I'm not going to go through all of them, so you'll have to kind of play around with them yourself. So if you're choosing, let's say, these 8 currency pairs to stay in your trading platform, then you can right click into the currency pairs on the left hand side and click hide all. That will hide every single chart unless it is displayed here. Okay, if you want to change it with currency pair that's not listed in the left hand side here, then simply right click again and go to show all, and then choose which currency pair you'd like to choose. Okay, but I'm just going to hide all for now because it can be quite distracting if all of them are kind of moving and going from blue to red on the left hand side. Back into our chart, we want to display some indicators. Okay, so by clicking insert in the menu at the top, you can see that there are indicators listed all across here. Okay, so that you can choose them by trend, oscillators, volumes, and various other various other kind of brackets. But realistically, obviously this will depend on the trading strategy that you use. So not everyone's going to use the same indicators, but we're going to talk about this a lot further in more detail rather, the more into our Forex trading course we go into. And by simply scrolling your mouse button as well, you can choose, you can go back in time. You'll have to take the auto scroll off though to do that, okay? So if I do this, I'm scrolling down, the chart moves back in time, but if I scroll my mouse wheel up, it's going to go back forward into time. But if you have auto scroll on and you scroll down with your mouse, it will just be there for a couple of seconds, and then it should move back to the original time frame that we were looking at. Okay, so basically, if you just play around with these charts, you will get much more of a feel about, you know, what it can do, how it can work with you, and make sure that all your settings are correct before you start trading. Okay, so again, any comments or any questions, just let us know, and we shall speak to you in the next video. Thank you.